Hello, folks. Hi, welcome in. How y'all doing today? Welcome to Gouache Tuesday. We're here. As you could see before the stream started, I've been trying to set up a few new elements through Stream Elements. They've got a bunch of fun little widgets, and I'm kind of poking around the page for the first time, trying to figure out how they work. I used it to set up a new sub-goal tracker. Hopefully it works way better than the Streamlabs one, because that one is bad. So fingers crossed on that. But it's good to see everyone, both old and new. I'm excited to do some sketching in the sketchbook today. It's been a little while since I got the old sketchbook out, so I'm really excited to dive into that. I've got almost all my stuff ready. I just need to get some fresh water for the paint, and then we will be good to go. So just hold on a few more moments. Okay, let's go ahead and switch on over to the desk cam. Kablamo, there we go. So yeah, I'm starting very slowly with the Stream Elements stuff. There's a lot of options. So far I've got the new sub goal. Basically looks like the old sub goal. There's a lot of customization options they give you, so I'm actually looking to fancy it up a little bit in the future. And I put the chat in a new spot, so hopefully that works. Thank you folks for donating to the non-dominant hand art stream challenge. We have a lofty goal, 30 days to get 750,000 channel points. Thank you, Nightbot. All right, just tweeting out that we're live, and now it's time to party. Got all my brushes here. Making sure they're nice and watered up. Now, I don't know, strictly speaking, what we're going to be painting today. This feels very old school in that I'm kind of winging it, but it's part of the fun. I've also got the jelly gouache back out again. Because if you remember last time, we went back into the Winsor & Newton. Because I missed it. I missed my old paints. But today we're going to go back into the Winsor & Newton. Or the jelly gouache. Just love saying Winsor & Newton so much. Okay. Hello, Rohan. You're not too late. We just started. I just switched over to the desk cam. Twitch notifications are a very cursed thing, though. I feel like not a stream goes by when folks are like, hey, I totally just missed the notification, or it didn't give it to me. And this definitely isn't the case for everyone, but a reminder to hit the little bell. I wish we didn't have to tell people that, because it always feels like, one more thing. I have to remind you of your chores, but like, sometimes the notification bell can get turned off. I know it has for me, for other streamers, where I'm like, I thought I had notifications on for this person, but then I didn't anymore. Seems like every video platform suffers from the same problems, because I know YouTube's very much the same way. All right. Now that I've got plenty of water on my brushes, I've got my mixing surface ready to go. Hey, thanks for the applause, Lion. Very, very fun. Rohan, yes, that's absolutely true. You don't gotta tell me, I've been deep in the 2.0 Genshin stuff.
Hello, it's been a while since I made it to a stream.
Hello to you as well. It's good to see you again, and thank you so much for 7 months. Did it sound weird when the robot lady said hello? Very breathy. Hello. That's just fine. So, what am I going to sketch? You know what? You know what I haven't done in a while is a painting that's also fan art. So maybe I'll dip into my folders and pick out something nice from the game world. Because it has been a little while. I usually do all my fan art for with my Copics. All right, references. Ooh, Genshin would be very fun. I kind of want to, like, I'm taking my time with Inazuma, and I really want to paint, there's sort of a big mountain that's been shattered into pieces, and it's covered in electric energy. It's a place I'd really like to paint, but I haven't gotten there in the story yet, so I need to wait till I have more screenshots of it, but I'd really like to paint that area. Inazuma in general is very beautiful. It's basically fantasy Japan. Now, I do not have any shortage of fun video game backgrounds to paint. Oh, dang, Redbird, you going to Greece? Sounds sick. Please do, yeah, if there's any good background makings in there, I would absolutely love to see them. I know Greece has some stunning vistas. We've got far too many windows open on my desktop computer right now. You know how it is. I try to keep it limited, the number of windows that I have open at any given time, but sometimes it gets away from me, you know? You know what game had bonkers backgrounds that a lot of people don't really remember? I mean, certainly people who played it know, but the amount of detail and depth in the backgrounds of Final Fantasy IX is ridiculous. A while ago, there was this effort to, like, HDify. They ran them through, like, a artificial intelligence algorithm to clean them up, and the backgrounds are just ridiculous. Like, they're stunning. The perspectives, the amount of things in the scenes. Oh, worry guts, that's the kind of thing I like to see. That's a blessed day right there. The good life, as they say. Hey, Triforce, good to have you lurking in the background. And more points pour in to the non-dominant hand stream. Very excited for that to happen. We've got 20-something days left. Can't remember how many. But it's coming up. And we need 750,000 channel points. Which is wild. I've got a heck of a candle on the burn today. I've got cinnamon sugar. It's a 3-wick candle. Medium size. Pez dispenser, hello. How's it going? Hey, Evie, how's it going? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. I'm getting lost looking through these Final Fantasy IX backgrounds. It's nothing I would want to attempt like as a quick study on a stream, just because they are so complicated. Although it might be nice sometime to do a study where I like minimize the details, try to condense the ideas. I know what I'd like to paint. Let's do a little bit of light and trees and atmosphere. Oh, that's a really good call. You know, I tried to be very diligent with all of my pre-stream setup. I should try and see if there is... Oh, I should program it into my Stream Deck, actually. Just a series of reminders to be like, log into the voice thing so your little avatar pops up, set the stretch timer, you know, etc., etc. But I always forget at least one thing, because there's a lot on the checklist. But I am setting the stretch timer right now. There we go. 30 minutes on the clock. Yes, Just Any Road. It is a baby Deku, you see. It's one of my favorite things from that game was when you go back and there's a Deku seedling there by the Deku tree. The original baby Groot. Now I'll grab my palette knife. We'll get some colors from the jelly gouache container. So let's grab some white. I haven't done the thing that most jelly gouache owners recommend, which is to get a little spritz bottle of water and give the gouache a spritz before starting. But I should probably do that soon, because it's definitely at a point now where the consistency is very thick. It has moved past the paste stage. Depending on the pigment. So I'm grabbing some greens and some reds. But I want to try to capture the atmosphere that's in the original area. And that atmosphere is very golden. Which I assume was intentional to kind of get the feeling of the Golden Realm, the Sacred Realm from The Legend of Zelda. So I'll try mostly to work in those colors, but I do still want a bit of green, a bit of blue on the palette. Just for different spots here. And so that I can mix up to green tones if I need to. And there are a few spots in the grass where I would like to as well. And also in the shadows, I want to mix in some blue color. But it's going to be more of like a blue-purple. A blurple, if you will. Okay. Trying to develop some new habits as far as getting the word out on the stream on Twitter. And one of those things is when I finish a sketch, I want to post that up, because a lot of folks on Twitter have no idea what I'm going to be like trying to do that day. And it's fun to give them a little indication of like hopefully it turns out good, but this is my starting point. And today it's the Deku tree. Starting on this. Be glad now. All right. Monster Hunter's doing a collab with Okami? Is it the Nintendo Monster Hunter game? Because if so, I'm very interested because I own that one. Well, I also own World, but it would give me an excuse to go back. That Switch Monster Hunter is so good. I had a great deal of fun with that game. It's especially nice when you got a couple other folks that play it as well. You put together a little squad, run in there and jump around. But I also did a lot of missions with just random people online, which was really fun. And it definitely has far and away the best online of any Nintendo game. And, like, the bar is low. But gouache and watercolor, I would say, mix about the same because they're chemically almost identical. And gouache and watercolor as a medium can be tricky to mix if you have the wrong like water proportions or amount of pigment. And that directly plays into the second point that you have there, Cognos, of if you have low quality paints, a lot of the student grade stuff has a really, really bad ratio between the amount of pigment and the amount of binder. And if you have a bad ratio, then you're constantly working against the paint, which can be very difficult. If you have a high pigment ratio, then you're going to be way easier off mixing the stuff on the page. Because the pigments want to flow together. But if there's too much binder getting in the way, they're going to get all crackly and separated and weird. Most stuff that you can find that is like labeled as starter or beginner or doesn't list it at all would probably be student grade, aka like pretty rough on the pigment side. However, I will say, and at this point I feel like I should start to be paid by this company or at least the brand. The stuff that I'm using, the jelly gouache, which is, I got $30 Canadian for this set. This is what I'd recommend to a beginner because as far as I can tell, the pigment is very, very high in this. Now, the jelly binder might cause problems down the road in terms of light fastness and things like that, but how it feels almost identical when you're using it to my professional designer gouache, which is a huge plus in terms of like flow and mixing and all that stuff. I've been using it for about a month now, month and a half, and it feels almost identical to the stuff that I use in my professional work. So to that end, I would say if you're trying to learn gouache for the first time, pick up a pan of these and you're good to go. Also, they give you a ton. It's like 40 milliliters per little case thingy. Cup, I guess. You have a cup of jelly, which is just a ridiculous amount of paint, especially for the price. Yes, mine is Artex brand. They also come from Hemi and I think one other brand, I forget. But this is the one I use. As far as I can tell, it was made in the exact same factory as the Hemi stuff because the packaging is exactly the same. And from the videos I've watched, the consistency is exactly the same, so it's just one of those weird things. Okay, I'm going to switch to the calligraphy brush now because I want to do more controlled strokes over the tree here. Yes, indeed. We're doing that Deku tree once the little Deku sprout appears, which compositionally is such a sort of beautiful, striking image in that game. And I'm trying to jump around to a bunch of different colors here. I'm mixing in the reds and the blues, getting those purple shadows set up here. I'm trying to put my darkest colors around the Deku sprout, because I want the sprout to have kind of a glow, like a halo. I'm dotting them in here and there, trying to create that bark texture, which, I'm gonna be real, looking back at this scene now, texture is not really the word you can use for what is occurring. It's a lot of very blurry sort of shapes. Very, like rigid, sharp polygons with very blurry shapes layered on top. Which honestly is it's a look. It's a style. I want to continue to have that sort of glowing quality. I want that golden that I put, as a wash in the background to kind of effuse over everything. I'm going watercolor style today, sort of layering up a lot of layers of transparency. And occasionally blotting the brush out, not wanting to use the same amount of water for every single part of it. Some parts I want to be more opaque, some more transparent. And you always have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you're putting together your colors, your values. There's some spots where you have to go in with the idea that it's going to be a little more see-through or a little more opaque. It's that kind of thinking 3 moves ahead in chess sort of thing. Using the side of my calligraphy brush to get these really, really thin strokes. And now we'll work some stronger green yellows into the ground. And this will be the lightest area on the ground. Hello, hello, welcome in. Oh, I didn't even notice earlier, but the sub goal totally worked. Registered that sub. I didn't see how immediate it was, though. Ooh, thank you so much, Line, for gifting that sub. And it looks like it's completely instant. Stream Elements is the way to go, it looks like. Very happy to see that. This is palette paper. It's very, very cheap. It's basically fancy wax paper. Ooh, we just got our first stretch break of the day. But I really like it a lot. It's a great surface to mix on. All right, stretch it up. I gotta add the new... Where is it? I can completely get rid of all this bottom info stuff. It was a really janky setup I had anyway, so I'm really glad to get rid of that. Okay. The face of the tree savior? This is the Deku tree from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Okay, so now let's put in the Deku Sprout down below. First, I want to clean up some of this dark color here. And just like we did with the Deku tree above, we're going to mix in from light to dark, top to bottom. Hey, Mads, how's it going? Heck yes. Love to hear it. It is the chill out time. Whoa. Mads, what? What? You just gifted 48 subs? Good gravy gracious. Thus completing the giveaway. Well, I guess that's how it is, huh? Naruhodo. All right. I gotta see how these new type of sub goals work. First of all, Stream Elements. Now I can recommend. Way better than on the Streamlabs thing. It's instant. It works perfectly. I gotta figure out how to reset it now. Wow. Thank you so much. It's a hell of a prank. Yeah, I don't even know how to like reset it on here, so I'm just gonna set it to 100 now. So that we know how many more subs we got coming in. Thank you. Well, let's crack out the sketchbooks and give away some art then. Oh my god. Abby, you could not have come at a better time. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. I hope you had a great stream. We just got a very generous donation of 48 subs for the community. So we're doing an art giveaway. So you are just in time to maybe win some art. Let's go. I love how the hype train is at immediately level 5, 560%. Now I've got plenty of things to choose from here.
Wowie, a hoo 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 hoo, whoopee, the Coopeth overflows with bears.
Oh, hoo 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 hoo, indeed. I also love how it said Coopeth, as if that's a thing. Cognos and Dizzy, thank you so much for gifting those subs to the community. Let's keep that hype train rolling right along. I'm looking through this sketchbook in particular. It is kind of funny having the exact same kind, because it's... Here's another sketchbook. Look at this. This is Skyward Sword, which, you know, timely, since that game just got re-released. I did a lot of Zelda stuff around this time. Oh yeah, I forgot that I painted architecture back then. What was I thinking? What should we do? Actually, I know the one. I know what we gotta do. I mean, what could be more appropriate? I know exactly, because since Mads very generously gifted, again, 48 subs, what the hell, to the community. Thank you again. I know what we have to do. You know what we do here. It's got to be the combination. I can't think of a more Mads thing. It's a combination Final Fantasy IX, Aoife Tree, and the Shrek on the other side. I mean, this is it. This is exactly what it has to be. There's nothing else it could be. I'm going to go ahead and free it from its shackles. What a lovely composition. So here we go. Flip it over so y'all can see that side as well. And we are going to do this thing. So let me go over to Nightbot. Pluto, thank you so much for gifting that sub. Thank you everyone being so generous. The hype train is literally exploding. Unreal. And we're going to do this giveaway. We're going to do a keyword giveaway. All you have to do to win is type in the chat the keyword that I'm going to put in there. I'll copy and paste it so you'll know exactly how it's spelled. Subscribers get 2 times luck, so if you are subscribed, you are 2 times more likely to win. And that is pretty much all you need to know. All right. The word is... Oh yeah, I'll add Lyra to the mix. All right. The word is swamp. There we go. So just type the word swamp in there. Capitals don't matter. As long as you type the word swamp in. Also, I will ship anywhere on the Earth. Don't ship to the moon yet. Can't afford it, but we'll see how this streaming thing goes. But I will ship anywhere. Does not matter. So whoever wins, I will send you a whisper here on Twitch, and you'll get instructions on how to get your piece. So just get some swamps typing in here. Let me flip it over to the appropriate side for this keyword. Done and done, Pluto. All the absentee bears will be added to the mix. I know, right? Yeah, once the chat starts flying with the keyword, it just looks bananas. I'm going to put my choo-choo in the chat. Thank you again, everyone who contributed. And thank you, Mads, for all those gift subs. Still losing my mind. All right. We're going to give it another minute or so here for anyone who gets in. Anyone who just joined, type the word swamp in the chat for your chance to win the Shrek / Aoife tree from Final Fantasy IX, painted in trippy Technicolors. It's a double piece from the Sketchbook. All right, we're about to count it down to the winner. Here we go. I think this was the same day that Mads got me to read from the... Was it the novelization of Shrek, or was it... It wasn't fanfic, I don't think. I think it was just literally like word for word what happens in the movie Shrek. All right, counting it down. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone. Kablamo. Cozy Afternoons, congratulations on winning this here piece of the Shrek / Aoife tree. Congratulations, congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and send you a message now. There we go. Another exciting art giveaway. Looking forward to the next one. And now we can continue with our little Deku tree piece here. From one tree to another and from one swamp to another, I guess. The place where Link lives in the beginning of that game isn't really a swamp, although it has swampy elements. Let me close the 400 pages I have open and get back to the fun. Whew. It's always fun when that happens. So much excitement. Let's talk more about the parallels of Shrek and Link. Well, what do you got? Let's list them out. What are the parallels between the two green heroes? Green, certainly. Both have layers. Tunics? Oh yeah, Shrek does wear a tunic, doesn't he? I never really thought about that before. Does Shrek ever wield a sword at any point? Or is he more of a clobbering type? Times like this, I think maybe I haven't actually seen Shrek, but it's like so much cultural osmosis with that story, where it's like you kind of feel like you know it. Because I know Shrek, I know Donkey, there's a princess in there, and a dragon. There's Smash Mouth songs in both. Yeah, it's actually Mr. Potato Head in here. Abby, did you ever play Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda? So this is pretty late in the game when you go back to the Deku Tree, who sadly passes away pretty early on. There's a little sprout. And Link meets the sprout, and it's like, hey, I'm not the Deku Tree, but I'm like a new Deku Tree. Yeah, spoilers, I'm afraid, for this game from 1998? 7? Still one of my best. I'm a little kid, and I'm buying a video game, and it's like the biggest deal in the world because it took me 7 years to save up enough money to do it. Was Ocarina of Time. It came out like a day before my birthday. It was November. And I remember taking all the money that I had saved up. So it was like all my birthday money included and everything. And I was like, here we go. We're doing this. I'm going to use my life savings, which was like, how much was an N64 game? They were very expensive. It's probably like $100 Canadian. It's one of the reasons a lot of game companies switched to CDs was because cartridges were so expensive. Like ridiculously expensive. But I was losing my mind when that game came out. The commercials were so... If you look them up now on YouTube, they're very corny. But they worked so effectively on me. I was losing it. Because they made every game that came out... I think this was a trend between this and Final Fantasy VII. They made them feel like movies. They weren't like bleep bloop fun video game trailers. They were like, this is serious. And if you die in the game, you die in real life. Like, it's so intense. And yeah, and it was just like, this, this is important, you know? I love the Oracle games. Huge fan of those games. All of the Game Boy ones, the ones that were made by Capcom, so the Oracle games and Minish Cap are some of my absolute favorites. Minish Cap is my favorite 2D Zelda. By far. But the Oracle games are so charming. The thing that Capcom really focused on, which, like, there are great characters in all the Zelda games, pretty much. But the Capcom games made it feel more like an RPG because they really focused on the characters and the story, like, very heavily. It was so charming. Wind Waker, absolutely. Masterpiece, all-timer. I still remember when that game was coming out and people were, like, dunking on it because they're like, ugh, the graphics are, you know, for babies. An embarrassing way to think. Because that game rules. And the expressiveness they got out of those cartoon designs, they were able to put so much life into them. And it actually had some of the darkest storylines. There's some truly intense stuff in that game. Especially Ganon. It may be the best Ganon. Wind Waker. Because he was so sad. Like, just a profoundly sad character. He was more... Like, they've always tried to get a little bit of tragedy in Ganon's story, but the Ganon in that game, especially the dialogue from the end of the game, is very sad. And the look of it, too, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. On the Discord Minecraft server, we were messing around with some, there was a Legend of Zelda, like, resource pack for Minecraft. So it changes not only the way things look, but also what things are called. So, like, a bucket turns into, like, a potion flask and stuff like that. And it was making me very nostalgic for Wind Waker, to the point where I'm like, man, it would be... Because Nintendo's kind of re-releasing a lot of Wii U stuff. It'd be really nice if they re-released that Wind Waker for Wii U onto the Switch. Because I would really like to play Wind Waker again. I think I might still own it on GameCube. It might be worth looking into, honestly. I would love to play that again. Maybe that's something I can stream. Because it's to that point now where it's been long enough that I've forgotten a lot of the finer details. It'd be really nice to revisit. Oh yeah, it might have been a jar. There's an item in Minecraft. It's like a thing that brings you back to life. And in the Wind Waker skin, they turned that into a fairy, which I thought was very cute. And I always laughed at Deku Tree's big bushy eyebrows, and I said, haha, imagine anyone ever having such wild wizardly eyebrows. And now, folks, I have to report that I do in fact have big bushy wizard eyebrows. And it's great. I love being a Gandalf. I love building up this bark texture on the Deku tree. It's such a large figure, so there's so much space to kind of push in those details. But also, I'm working in an itty-bitty sketchbook. I don't know why I felt the need to do this, but... So now I'm at the point where I've got to really, really just touch very delicately to get those fine details in. And it's going to be diminishing returns after a point, so... I kind of pick my spots here. But it's nice when you layer these things on, because you'll notice back here, the colors where I haven't layered up, you know, I keep layering darker and darker shadows in sort of the focus area of the painting, but back here I haven't been, and that means that gradually these things fall back into the background for the viewer, which makes for a very dynamic, you know, lighting. I'm trying to understand why you're making that reference. Is that what Mr. Peanut wears? Is that why? No, does Mr. Peanut have a bowler hat? Ooh, stretch break. Heck yeah. Mr. Potato Head, of course. My bee. All right, let's take a little stretch.
Eiffel 1 Shy JC Vim Hai Labu Wu Derp.
I love it when she reads emotes. Thank you so much, Lebu. I really appreciate that. Good to have you here. Okay, the countdown is on again. You know, the Stream Elements thing that I'm messing with, and I'll probably have some more dongles on screen for the next stream, actually has a countdown feature built in, so I could probably do a stretch timer on screen as well, which would be pretty nice, and a great way for all y'all who are curious about it to know when to be ready. Oh no, Abby, no. Please. I've been so good. You mustn't. But I suppose. So I'm trying to build the shadows from red and add a little bit of blue instead of just going in with straight blue, because we're trying to work from that golden glow. So starting with a warm color and then adding some cool to it to kind of darken and bring the saturation down a little bit. It's my current strat.
What's the horse-it that could happen, dearest Matt?
Yeah, you said it, Lion. You said it. Have a good sleep, Redbird. That's right. Yeah, you're getting up early tomorrow. Well, I hope you're able to fall to sleep immediately. I don't know if you're one of those kind of people. I've always envied that sort of thing. But good luck, and good luck at the Aeropuerte. I'll probably still be awake now that I think about it, because it's still early here. So shoot me a message on the Discord when you wake up. If you're really bored, you can watch me play Minecraft or something. You know I'm going to be on that Minecraft. Where I live now. I do need to do a follow-up on stream soon to show everyone the castle because it's gotten bonkers. I actually can't remember what the last thing I showed people on stream was. It might have just been my house back when I was building the house. But we have gone so far beyond that now. I have built an entire Japanese castle and I just finished renovating the inside. And I'm starting to move in all my stuff. That's what I'll be doing after the stream is over, is continuing the move-in process, because it is lengthy. I'm transferring all my stuff over from my previous castle. The original castle was the last thing you showed? Oh, wow. I've got a lot of stuff to show everyone on stream then. I need to have a Minecraft stream soon. Might do that for next Saturday. Oh yeah, just so everyone knows, this Saturday I will not be doing a stream because I'm getting my second vaccine shot. So I'm very excited about that. I'm sad to miss a stream, but very, very relieved and happy to finally be getting my second shot. It's going to be my juice day, and then Sunday is probably going to be laying in bed, watching TV day. Just taking it easy. Ooh, that's a good idea, stocking up on easy to make meals. I definitely will do that. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too intense, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the relief of finally getting it done is going to ease my anxiety symptoms. So there might be a trade-off between the two. I am truly so happy. It was originally not going to be done until September. And then we got a notice about a drive-in clinic that's like a couple of towns away. We're going to cruise over there and roll down the windows and be like, juice, please. Allard Corner, thank you so much. Glad you could join us. Yeah, my first shot was absolutely no trouble at all. I hear the second shot is the one that, you know, gives you a lot of stuff. Exactly. That's what I'm assuming it's going to be. I think it's going to be it hurts so good kind of feeling, like achy and like a little fevery, but also I completely cleared the weekend. I cleared Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I don't have any work. So I'm just gonna completely lay back and relax. My pronouns are he, him. Thank you for asking. Oh wow, that's ideal, Rohan. That's very ideal. I think it's good to go in like expecting something and then not having anything happen. That would be nice. The difference between the two white jellies, apparently one is zinc and then the other one is listed as white. So it doesn't really tell you exactly what's in them. I'm assuming it's something akin to a permanent white. But I actually don't really know. And now, I actually need a really strong concentration of white paint, so I'm going to dip into my tubes. Grab some permanent straight out the tube. Actually, I guess I can use small zinc here. Starting to think maybe I have too many tubes of paint. Alright, here we go. So I just got a little Winsor & Newton tube of permanent here. All right, now to clean up the palette here so I can make one last swing at the foliage up top. And then I think this one is pretty much good to go. So again, starting from the base colors and then working my way out to the other tints. So I've got some golden, I've got some yellow, and a bit of white here. So I've got to sort of reorientate myself in the values because I've been working in a lot of darker, like shading colors here, but now I have to sort of go back in time to when we first started the painting to get some more foliage depth up top here. Just trying to work in those transparent layers to help build up the idea of that glowing background. So a really nice thing you can do with watercolor is just add a bit more water to an area around something where you want to make it kind of hazy or smoky, and then take all the water out of the brush, and then go back in and blot it up. It does look a little bit like a Ditto. He's trying to impersonate a Deku Sprout like, I hope no one notices. So I'm doing that thing where you squeeze the belly of the brush in order to push the bristles out. And it just allows you to make kind of a little clone stamp grass texture. Put it in sort of digital terms. It makes it really easy to render in a lot of grass texture really quickly. Help make the ground look a little fuzzier. Add a bit of warmth to the shadows there, just for a bit of variance. Well, thank you. I almost dabbed the paint over here to mix, which wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it would have been very funny. Ooh, and that is the final stretch break. Although, I will say, I think we're done. I think we've done it for today. I'm very happy with how this little Deku Tree piece came out. It just feels nice to paint some fan art, especially when it comes to Zelda stuff. Always makes me happy. And now I'm going to go organize stuff in my Minecraft house. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the incredible generosity of the subscribers and gift subbers and followers and everyone. You're all the best, the very best. I'll be back on Thursday with Copic Thursday, so if you want to come hang out with me while I do some marker stuff and you get to choose my colors, then come on back for that. I think that's pretty much it. Please, everyone, have a great evening / morning / whatever it is, wherever you are. Archives are up on my YouTube, youtube.com/EiffelArt, ! Discord in the chat if you would like to come join our art Discord and just hang out and chill and talk about cool candy that we eat. And that's going to do it. Thank you so much and goodbye, everyone.